Your Stormwatch 9 forecast.
Cold enough for snow right now. Take a look at the readings statewide from the teens far north to around 31 at the coastline and 9 atop Mount Washington. Here's our high impact alert weather for tomorrow. The first snowstorm of the season. A one size fits all? No. Heaviest snow central and south and away from the immediate coastline. Because of the way the storm tracks in enough warm air at the coastline, there will be some changes in terms of the snow tally by the time all is said and done. But good portion of the day tomorrow into tomorrow night. Difficult travel, certainly low visibility when the snow and the rain are falling. Winter storm warnings for many spots. Laconia, Meredith, up to about Conway, points south, except right along shore roads. Then winter weather advisories due to lesser snow expected in the far northern part of the state. So in terms of what's going on right now, as mentioned, we have the cold air in place and some high clouds well in advance of the storm, actually in two pieces of energy, one around Chicago down through St. Louis and another one in the deep south, all working at us in this fashion so that by tomorrow we're getting in on snow and even some mixing closer to the coastline. By tomorrow night at the midnight hour, we should have seen a general 5 to 10 inch snowfall in many spots, anywhere from, say, Hooksett and points north up through Plymouth, back through Conway, and over towards the Monadnock region, lesser amounts at the coastline. But when does the intense snow move in? For a closer look at the timeline, plus where some rain could mix in, we'll bring in meteorologist Matt Honig.
Yeah, and Mike, it looks like the storm really gets underway by tomorrow morning. So if you still got things to do tonight, really no issues for the ride home from work and beyond. Of course, it was a beautiful day out there today, minus the wind. That was kind of chilly out there at times earlier on. But the clouds start to funnel in overnight. By tomorrow morning, even as early as 6, 7 a.m., there could be some flakes breaking out, particularly in the western half of the state. Initially, it's pretty light that road conditions are manageable through much of the day, but much of the morning, I should say. But by late morning, that's when the intensity of the snow really starts to pick up. Notice these more darker shades of blue here, especially from, say, the Merrimack Valley, all points to the north and west. This is around to some moderate to, at times, heavy snow with snowfall rates close to 1 inch per hour at times. Now, some warmer air does try and move in to southeastern New Hampshire, relatively warm air, that is, and that will allow for a changeover. Notice the pink color there in coastal parts of Rockingham County. That's some rain mixing in, and that rain snow line may even push its way a little bit farther west during tomorrow afternoon, perhaps even briefly changing to rain in Nashua and in Manchester, but areas north and west of the Queen City likely to stay all snow with this one as the intensity continues into tomorrow evening. So travel, for those of you who are going to work tomorrow, likely going to feature some really difficult conditions even through tomorrow evening. The timestamp there at 6:30 still showing some heavy snow. Now, we may even flip back over to snow along the coastline as some colder air works in. The timeline of when this storm is out of here is at some point between about 10 o'clock tomorrow night through about 1 a.m. Wednesday morning and beyond. Much quieter conditions expected heading into the day on Wednesday. Let's go back over to Mike with a look at the temperatures and how much colder they turn following the snow, Mike.
Yeah, quite chilly here, Matt. We've been talking about the tail end of the week for some impact weather with highs only in the 20s. Tonight, 10 far north, 25 at the coastline. Tomorrow with the snow moving on in. Notice how it starts off late and fluffy, but up near 30 degrees or higher. That means a wet, pasty snow south of the lakes region all afternoon long into the evening and possibly as high as the upper 30s at the coastline. Sunny and chilly on Wednesday, Thursday. Could be a brief snow shower or even a snow squall. By Friday, back to more sun, quite cold, and then Saturday and Sunday, pretty quiet. Could be a bit of late snow, and Saturday doesn't look like a big deal.